Okay, I think we are live. If somebody wants to jump in the comments and just let me know that you can hear me okay, that would be great. And today we're going to talk about slice. Before I get started, I'm going to let a few people join. I do want to put some links in my in the comments. So the reason I'm doing this is to kind of show people just one thing you can do in Cricut Design Space. But then it will also kind of give you an introduction to what my online classes are like. For the online classes, I would go through each and every button and function in Cricut Design Space. If you go to my website, shawnmosh.com, under classes, you'll see I now have a new Cricut Design Space reminder sheet that you can print out and tape to your computer screen if you want. I also have my Teach Me Cricut Design Space handbook and my one-on-one classes. Now, I see that there are a few people in there. If somebody could just comment and let me know that you can hear me, because it would be really bad for me to get going and then you can't hear me. So I'm just waiting until I can verify that you can hear me. Hey, Joanne, can you hear me? I mean, I'm not. Okay, now I'm talking. I'm hoping that somebody will just let me know. Okay, I'm going to get started, and I'm hoping I see a few comments of people saying good morning. Can you hear me? Yep. Okay. Thank you, Joanne. I'm going to get started. So this is Teach Me Cricut Design Space, which is a course I put together. There's a handbook on my website, and I try to break down everything into simple steps. If you have questions, throw them in the comments. Right now, I can only see my Cricut Design Space canvas, but I will come back to the comments in a little bit. Okay? So slice. I am going to demonstrate slice using some shapes. Let's insert a circle. So I like to compare slice to making sugar cookies. First, you roll out the dough, which is this first circle. Then you need something to cut out of that circle. Let's do a star. So this is like the cookie cutter. Okay, I'm going to change this to yellow just so we can see things in color versus black and white. Okay, so now if we put the star over the circle and then we do a large window to select both of them, you'll see down here in the lower right corner, the slice button is activated. Once I hit slice, if I move the star off to the side, you can see I sliced a star shape out of the circle. Slice only works when you have two things selected. Let me do another one with just a, I like to do this a lot actually with circles, is I make one and I right click and duplicate on it and make a smaller one. And now I take both of those and align them to the center. And now, because I have my window around two things, and only two things, I can hit slice and I made a little ring. So instead of putting a big window around things, what's another way that you can slice or select two things? Oh, I've done this one too. Let's do it with the hexagon. So if we right click to duplicate, and then we just make this one a little bit smaller, and then we align them so they're centered over each other. Now, if I just clicked here, you can see that I only selected one thing and slice is not activated. And how can I tell I only have one thing selected? Let's look over here on our layers panel. Do you see how this first hexagon, the background over here of the layer line is darker than this one? See how the background here is a lighter color? So this is telling me I have this hexagon selected, but not this one. So I can either do a large window around everything to select both, or if we're working on the computer, click on this one, hold down your shift key on your keyboard, and then click on that layer there. And now you have two layers selected. And now you can slice. Okay, I might jump back and see if there's any comments going on. Okay, no comments. Okay, please ask questions if you have them. So, something I like to do with slice is if I go in my images, I'm a huge Disney fan. So anything Disney and you've got me hooked. So I was looking here. Oh, that's kind of fun. I searched under patterns in images. And there's all kinds of fun patterns in Design Space. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that look cool if we sliced some of those with a Mickey Mouse icon. And I've done one of these before. I'm just picking some random ones that I think are kind of fun and pretty. There was a scale one in here. Let me see if I can find it. And yep, nope, not that one. It might have been that. Nope, it was this one. Okay, so then I also want Mickey. And I'm going to do this with Mickey Mouse, but you can do it with a heart or whatever image you like. I'm going to just grab that one. So you can see I have a whole bunch of different things, patterns, and Mickey Mouse selected. I'm going to insert those all into Design Space. One moment while it all loads. Okay, so now I got all my pretty patterns over here that I'm going to play with it a little bit. You know what? Now that I insert that way, I don't like it as much. Okay, so let's look at Mickey. Really, all I need is the background piece. So I'm going to click up here just on the red part and delete it. And actually, you know what? Let's get rid of the black part and just use the yellow. Okay? So you need a solid shape. And then when you put this scale here and select them both, you're going to be able to slice. And now this is just kind of leftover scraps that you can get rid of. But look at this. You get kind of a positive and a negative of Mickey Mouse kind of sliced into a mermaid scale, which would be so cute on a shirt for a Disney trip. And you know what? Before I did that, I should have duplicated my Mickey so I could use him again and again and again. So I'm going to duplicate him a couple times. So that we can, so we showed how to do it in a mermaid style. But what if you wanted to do that like on this pattern? That could be fun, right? Same deal. We have a solid shaped Mickey Mouse heart. You could use whatever you want. The sky's the limit. Select them both. Okay. So this, here's the problem with this. This lacy piece is broken into all kinds of different parts. So if I first that one's not going to be as easy to show, so I'm going to just skip it for now. Okay, let's do this one. Because I don't want to go into something more advanced. I really want to just stick with slice. Okay, so this one. If I select both of those and go slice, it's thinking. And there it goes. So now I could have this image for Mickey or that image, and this is the leftovers. So look at all the different things you can do. I've also done this with the outline of a state. I live in Minnesota, so I use Minnesota for that. And I did like a floral pattern. And let's jump back and see if there's any questions. Do many people select more than 2 items? Because, yes. So I know a lot of people will do a big window and they'll go, slice won't work. And it's because you have more than one thing selected. And that's exactly what happened when I tried to slice this pattern out. Because when I inserted it, it looked like it was all one piece. But once I got it in here, I saw it's really a million zillion, okay, not million zillion, but a lot of different pieces. But I could come along and delete some of these pieces, and then it should work. So ask your questions while I play with this. And I'm hoping that this is helping everyone to learn how to use Slice, but also to look at your layers panel to learn something about what you have selected. I think a lot of people think the only way to select things is with a large selection window in Design Space, and they don't realize you could select off of the layers panel. And I really love the layers panel. Okay, so now if I keep deleting all these, come on. Okay. Now let's try to slice this guy. I'm going to just move this over here. And I got to select 2 things. And I can see right here I have this layer is darker and this layer is darker, so I only have 2 things selected. Oh! I have a solid Mickey, that's why. I was like, that's weird. He looks like it's already sliced because I had the wrong Mickey Mouse under there. Let's just insert a heart just to be easy. And heart. There we go. And make that bigger. Place that where I want it. Select both. Verify that I have 2 layers selected. And slice. So it's literally cutting this pattern through the heart. So there's, and you kind of can choose, do you like the negative or the positive? You get all these different little options to play with. And then when you resize it, it will resize with the pattern in there because you kind of sliced it out. Let's jump back to questions and see if anybody's... Okay, so the other thing I wanted to share with you is that I do have several videos of projects that I have done using Slice. I'm going to put those into the comments so you can watch those to get other project ideas. But I would encourage you to go check out those videos, practice Slice, and then what I would like you to do is after you have created something by slicing, either with a pattern or slicing, like for example, I did a scrapbook layout recently where I sliced a whole bunch of octagon shapes out of each other. One moment, please. If I go to my projects, I can show you, here's one I did. So this is for a scrapbook layout page, and I took an octagon from shapes, inserted it, made one smaller, sliced that to get the little rings. And I duplicated the rings to set up this whole thing. Now this cuts for a full-size scrapbook layout page, and I put pictures inside each one of these octagons. So, like I said, you don't have to do slicing a pattern to practice. You could make something like this. I just want everybody to practice using slice because I think if you practice using it, that's what's going to really help it stick in your mind. So watch some of my videos that I put in the event comments, and then you can practice slice on your own, and then please share what you have learned or the projects that you've made that use slice. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to end this so we can all get crafting. But there's a lot of things you can do with slice. I make frames or rings, and like this scrapbook layout, creating things with different patterns. You're very welcome, Christina. Thank you for joining me. And like I said, if nobody has any questions, I'm going to end this. Unless you guys want me to go over slice again, just so I feel like a few more people. Hi! I'm talking to the people waving. Do you want me to go over slice again? Or are you guys sick of listening to me? I can do it again. So, actually, let's go back to my other page. Projects. My projects. And where's my Teach Me Cricut Design Space one? Okay. Customize. Okay, so again, slice is really about just making sure you only have 2 items that you're slicing. I really like doing it with shapes. It's so easy. So if I do this and then I duplicate this one so that I have 2, and then see how they are just on top of each other right now? If I sliced it right now, it would slice exactly where it is. But I want to center it, so I'm going to select both things by making the large window, align, center. Now Cricut perfectly centers them for me. I look over here on my layers panel to verify I only have 2 things selected because I can see that these are darker. See, these are not selected because it's the lighter background. And slice. It's that easy. Late to the party, please go over again. All right. So I just went over slice. It's you can only have 2 things selected. And you know what? I could even show some of my videos where I've used slice. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if Sean can switch screens mid video or mid recording. Ooh. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I need to learn how to switch screens. Okay, so slice is just about picking 2 separate things that you want to slice out of something. Love to slice wording. Okay, so this is one I've done too. Let's get rid of that. And I've seen this one a lot. If you put a heart in and we want to slice a word out of it, let's say. Okay, so we put in the heart, and I'm going to type in the word love. And let's make this pink. And let's angle this so it's kind of rotated. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Okay, and now I'm gonna select both of them. I like to use Align so much to center things. It's so easy. Okay, so now you can see I have two things selected, two layers, my text and my heart. And now the word slice or the function slice is activated because if I had, oh, watch this. I will show you how you can tell that you have more than two things selected. If I did this, say slice is grayed out because it's like, Sean, you have three things selected. You can only have two. So I'm going to go, oh, yeah, I don't want that one selected. So I'm clicking on the text layer, holding my shift key to select the heart layer. And now slice turns on. So I can slice the word love right out of that heart. That's it. Any other questions? I really, really want to encourage all of you to go try it. Look at all my videos that I listed in the comments so you can get other ideas of what you can do with Slice. But go try it and then post to the group once you've done something using Slice. It's really a great feeling of accomplishment of, yay, I did this. And if you want to learn more stuff like this, you can either download my Teach Me Cricut Design Space handbook, which is on my website, and I go over what all the different buttons and functions do. Or if you feel like you need a little bit more one-on-one where you can ask questions and have it be interactive, sign up for my Teach Me Cricut Design Space one-on-one course. That's also on my website under classes, and that is a 2-hour long session with just you and me and Design Space. I show you how to do everything. You can ask questions. I've even had some people say, okay, I'm trying to do this for a project. Help me. And I've helped them get started on their first project. So thanks for joining me today. If there's no other questions, I'm going to end this so we can all get crafting. All right? Can't wait to see what you create with Slice.